What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, back in here with yet one more video. Joined today by a very special guest, Charles.
What's up, man?
What up, brother?
You got it.
You know what I mean? Listen, man, we got a good one for the viewers today.
Okay,
you know what I mean? We got Coach Greg Adams, the importance of self-care. This video was just requested from a very loyal subscriber. He sends me a lot of emails on videos to react to. Davis, appreciate you, brother. Keep on sending those videos. I'm gonna try to get to all of them. I promise. All right. So, are you familiar with Coach Greg Adams, bro?
Not a lot. I've heard the name, but not really checked out a lot of his videos.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So we're gonna get into it today. Importance of self-care. You ready to get started?
Let's do it.
I think this will be a good one. All right. Without further ado.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another video. I want to say shout out to the Coach gang out there. Represent while you're in here. And we're going to talk about the importance of self-care for you guys. Now, I did some videos about prioritizing your fun. Also about prioritizing yourself. A lot of times we get caught up and bogged down in this pursuit of relationships, in this pursuit of happiness. And we think that women should be the center of our universe. But the reality is, guys, these things sometimes bogs us down. All right. A lot of times we are the workhorse and we're thinking so much about providing that we lose sight on what's important. We're not here just to provide for ourselves and other people. We are here to make sure we have fun. This is your only life. And I want you guys to make sure that you use this one life properly. The importance of self-care for men. These are the things that you guys need to consider. When you're talking about taking care of yourself, a lot of times women do a better job of taking care of themselves, mainly because they have to put their best foot forward physically, appearance-wise. But men, we have to do the same thing for ourselves. We can't be walking around being slovenly and sloppy because we don't care about women or we don't care about relationships. We have to care about ourselves, and we have to do our best to keep ourselves healthy, hygienic, clean, and physically and emotionally strong. Now, these are a couple of my suggestions that I'm going to suggest to you that you consider doing to self-care or to care about yourself. Number one.
I just want to say this real quick. I love that setup, by the way, bro. I think that not even looking at the video yet, I think he's going to hit on some things that are very important. But like, you know, when I think about times in my life that I've been sick, right? Like, and I haven't put the focus on self-care because I've been thinking about my purpose and the things that people that I'm protecting and taking care of, right? You don't realize how important health is until you start to lose it. You know what I'm saying? So I think whether or not that's being able to work out every day, whether or not it's taking a look at something that you see that's growing a little bit weirdly on your body and going to the doctor and just having them just take a look at it. You know what I mean? Like things like that we have to focus in on to get outside of our daily grind in order to make sure that your health is up to date. So I'm not sure when he's saying self-care, I'm not sure if he's referring to health, but I think that should be number one, is making sure that your health is where it needs to be.
Yeah, I think you got to do that all the time. I mean, when you're thinking about self-care in general, I mean, I think it starts with health, and then it goes to your appearance. But what you put in your body comes out your body, right? Mm-hmm. So I think we got to always look at that, and we got to take the time to do it. Because like you said, we're always running. We're doing different things for other folks and stuff like that. And if you're not right, nobody else will be right.
That's true, man. All right, let's head back in.
One is getting massages. All right. Not talking about the happy ending massages, but you can incorporate that in your life however you want. But the massages that I'm talking about are the therapeutic massages, the sports massages, the sweetest massages that you can get in the spa. Now, executives and wealthy men do this because they know the importance of this, but you can be the average guy. Doesn't take a lot of money to get a massage. I used to have a massage therapist that I worked with that I used to train her. So we traded training services for massage therapists, therapy services. So I would go to her place. She would massage me 2 times a week, and then I would train her 2 times a week. But I wouldn't suggest that you get that many massages. It was great to get them, but what I would suggest to you is to at least once every 2 weeks or once a month to get a massage to release the toxins out of your muscles, to relieve that stress so that you can perform. All right, women do these massages a lot, and a lot of times they could be erotic in a simple type of way, but on a professional level, you want to make sure you're getting them for the stress level and to release the toxins out of your body. All right, the next thing is the hair.
All right, so the first one was massages. How you think about that one, bro?
I mean, I think massages are good.
Yeah.
Not opposed to that.
Yeah,
Massages
yeah.
are good, but no, I think he hit on one thing really good, that you do carry a lot of the toxins within your body and stress within your shoulders and even in your feet. So your shoulders and your feet are really two big areas. And I think that it's really important that you do have to do that because you do need to get that release right there, because you have a lot of tension, and that can cause other stuff.
Yeah.
That can cause high blood pressure, that can cause arthritis in certain areas, and that can cause you to be stressed out.
Yeah.
So
No, that's very true, man. I haven't typically gone and gotten massages, but I'm gonna give a brief testimony because it's sort of related to massages, and I think you know this too. But most of 2018, I was going through significant back problems. I was going through significant back problems. I used to do CrossFit back in the day, snap my back up, and then would wake up in the morning and had to slide myself out of my bed for months. I went and got a physical therapist eventually, right? Thinking back to the importance of your health, right? And I went and got the physical therapist and being reluctant in doing so because my assumption is if I went to the doctor, they would try to operate on me. They would try to cut me open or something like that. I went out and got a physical therapist, and she didn't focus on massages. She focused on stretching. And this pain, which was debilitating. I mean, there'll be times I'd have to take off of work because I couldn't, and I'm 34 years old. Like, I'm not supposed to be suffering from back pain the way that I was from doing, deadlifts or whatever I was doing at CrossFit. But I was completely debilitated. But what I focused in on with this physical therapist was stretching. Just something as easy as stretching. And now I'm back in the gym, after doing it for about a month. It only took like a month. And this is all of 2018. I am snapped up. And I went and I started doing stretches. And now every time when I wake up in the morning, as soon as I wake up, first thing I do is I throw my leg up in the air and I'm working on it. You know what I mean? And now I've gotten back to a place where I can go back to the gym. I can release that stress because I wasn't able to go to the gym. I'm gonna do a whole video on the type of stretches that the physical therapist taught me to do in order to help my specific back pain, because I would guess that there's a lot of people that watch these videos that have back pains and injuries as well. You know what I mean?
I'm a former football athlete. I think I told you that before. But stretching is really, really key. And just to give you one testimony of that, my athletic trainer got a chance to connect with them a couple years ago and stuff like that. And then I do physicals every year. And so I went there and she said, a simple thing you can do is stretching every single day. And that'll help prevent disease, that'll help prevent tightness, that'll help prevent arthritis. And you can do it every single day. She said you should stretch 3 times a day. So what you mean? When you get up in the morning, afternoon, and before you go to sleep. You can do it in the shower, hot shower, relaxes your muscles and stuff like that. And the more flexible you are, the less chance you have of injury.
Yeah, that's real. And the minute when I tell you guys, I literally thought if I went to the doctor, they were going to tell me to cut me open. That's the type of pain that I was going through. And I was able to fix that with stretching. Like, it sounds insane, but with stretching, and eventually that stretching turned into core strengthening and exercises. But because of that, I'm back to normal.
Self-care.
Self-care. All right, let's get back in it, bro.
Haircut. Make sure you guys keep your grooming up. All right, keep your hair cut straight. This is just to feel better about yourself. All right, if you want a shaggier appearance, you can do whatever. I'm not telling you how to style your hair, but to keep it trimmed, keep it healthy. Now, you see a brother right here, okay? Brother got no hair on the top, all right? And I do that just because it's easier for me because I wake up early in the morning, all right? And it looks better anyway. I look better with the baldy. But I have this hair down here that I need to have groomed, and I'll go to the guys to groom and style my beard, all right, to make sure it's healthy and make sure it's even, all right? Keep your appearance straight. And not only that, you're experiencing some brotherhood when you're out there at the barbershop and you're able to talk about things. As long as the single mamas ain't out there dragging their snotty-nosed kid coming in there, you're able to talk about things on a manhood level that you normally wouldn't get, all right? It's pretty much a male space, barbershops. So go out there, get your grooming, get your hair cut straight, make sure your line's good, and you will feel better about yourself. There's nothing like a haircut that'll make you feel better about yourself. All right, the next thing.
All right, right. I think that one is, no brainer. It's pretty self-explanatory. Keep up on your grooming, being able to feel better about yourself. Any thoughts on that one, man?
I say I'm always for the proponent of, dress for your body type. Scale for your body type. So what I say is get a couple of trusted friends, 3 or 4 friends that know you and and want the best for you, and ask them the question. What look looks the best for me? Do I like it? Do you like it like this? Do you like it like that? What fits my face? What fits what I'm actually currently doing? Now you have the choice to make the decision that you like the best. But I always feel that some cuts, so to speak, or some looks don't look always best on us.
That's super real. Like, I recently just cut my beard down a little bit, you know what I mean? I did a video not too long ago, and I had a couple people reach out to me like, are you wearing it to work like that? And that's real. Sometimes you just need that reminder from time to time. But I wasn't wearing it to work like that. I actually picked it out for the video. But even still, like, I was looking in the mirror, and I was just like, they're right. I should probably cut this down just a little bit, you know what I mean? Because it's starting to get a little bit wild, so it just made sense to me at that time.
I'm switching mine up right now. Mine's a little bit thicker than what I normally would have it. I'm trying to do the natural curl.
Okay. Oh, you going curl?
Doing a little curl.
You going curl?
See if it fits my face. If it doesn't, I'll cut it off.
If it doesn't, I'll let you know. Yeah. Appreciate it. All right, let's keep going, bro.
In terms of grooming, is manicures and pedicures. These things are commonly seen as female things to do, but I want to tell you something. Keeping your nails clean will help you a ton, just like keeping your teeth clean. All right, it will help you hygienic wise. Get the dirt out of your fingernails, get the cuticles straight, have somebody massage your hands, dip them in wax, keep your hands healthy. All right, your hands, a lot of things, just like your face, your hands are one of the first things people see, and if they see them being unkept and unkempt, you're gonna feel a certain way about it. All right, so you keep your grill straight and clean, just like you keep your hands clean, and your feet and all that stuff. Getting a massage, it's like getting a massage, an extra massage. So keep that good. I'm near Kobe Bryant, and I see Kobe Bryant in there getting his nails taken care of, and the Asian girls massaging his feet and all of that. All right, it's part of being a manhood. As long as you don't get the clear fingernail polish, have them buff the nails, and they will be a little more clean. Don't get the clear fingernail polish, and don't get the different colored nail polishes. Unless you were in a heavy metal band, you can get the black ones. All right. I was in there in a heavy metal. I can't remember what band he was in, but I was in there, and he got in there with the black fingernail polish, and I thought that was pretty funny. All right, the next thing.
All right, manicure, pedicure. Any opinion on it? I mean, let me hit it first. Let me hit it first. I'm not sure if I agree 100% with what he's saying. I think so. I've never gotten a manicure. For me, the cost benefit analysis of going through that with the wax, like, I don't really know. Like, number one, when I'm working out, I protect my hands by wearing weight gloves. Like, I see a lot of dudes in the gym, they don't wear weight gloves, so their hands are all messed up and cut up. Like, I would say without a manicure, I do pretty well. I make sure that there's no crap underneath my nails. However, but from a pedicure perspective, I can't reach as well as what someone else can. Like, I literally can't get down there. I'm long. You know what I'm saying? I'm tall.
You need to have somebody do it for you.
But it was more specific to, so like usually I just clip on the bottom and just go. But I actually developed on my pinky toenail like a hangnail that I tried for months, and I wasn't able to fix it. Now, it came to a head because I was doing sprints one day, and I actually stepped on the pinky toenail, and I think it cut it even more, and yeah, it hurt. So I had gotten to a point, and I told my gym partner about it. He was like, well, you better go get that handled before it turns into a doctor's visit. And it thought for a second, I was just like, oh, yeah, I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to be like a serious hangnail that they have to do some outpatient surgery on.
Don't be that guy with no nail.
And the nail's just gone.
60 years old, sitting on the beach.
Right.
Don't be that guy.
Right. You can't open toe chancleta at all. You know what I mean? But anyway, I went to go get a pedicure, and I went in there, and it was an awkward situation for me because I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't feel confident in there. But they sat me down, and 15 minutes later, no man. That was like a month ago. My toes are still shiny because they buff them. Them things are still shiny.
Don't get the polish, the buff.
No. There's no polish happening here. She asked me to. I was like, no.
Right. There you go.
You just buff them.
Don't pay. Man, there's so many things that I could go on this road with this one right here.
Okay.
I will tell you though, the first time when I got them, it changed my life. I felt the same exact way when I got a pedicure the first time. Went in there, got it done, but it is a health thing too. And you know, just a basic health thing. Like there's so much things that goes. All your nerves go through your feet. So just for the sake of you want them clean, you want to have them polished and buffed, and but you don't
Not polished.
Yeah,
this is.
you want to get them done just to have the look and the manicure and everything right there. But then it also does release a lot of toxins because most of the time when you get a pedicure, you can get a type of massage for your feet, and that will release some of the stuff that you are building up because everything rolls through your feet. You know, for the manicures and stuff like that, it's basic maintenance. You know, when you're talking to somebody and you're doing business deals or whatever the case may be, people are looking. You know, so that can cost you a lot of money first and foremost. And second of all, when you are doing that and you're shaking hands and stuff like that, you know, if you are going out, then you know they're going to look at that too, and that's a representation of you. So one, self-care, you need to do it for yourself.
Right.
Second, do it for the health benefits, you know, from your feet and stuff like that. And third, it'll change your life, bro.
Right.
You need to do it. You ain't got to do it every day.
Right.
You might want to incorporate that into your budget.
What I'm hearing you say is there's things from a self-care perspective that inevitably is an investment in yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's super key, man. You know, you walk on your feet all day. You know, if you feel like you need extra help in order to keep them things in order, then go get you some extra help. And that's the thing that I think I could have avoided months of hangnail pain on my toe if I would have had a conversation with you, and you probably would have came to me, man, just go get a pedicure. And I'm like, all right.
Just get it, man. It's a great thing to do. It's a great investment in you, yourself, and I think when you do it, and you do it on a regular basis, like you'll see the benefit of doing it.
I still think for me, it'll be on an ad hoc basis, you know, as opposed to something that's a routine. I think I got all right nails and toes outside of that hangnail regardless, but you know, it's all investment.
Why just be all right though?
You say it again?
Why just be all right? Don't just be all right. Don't be average. Be above average. You said you got all right nails, but if you do it on a regular basis, you never know.
Yeah, I suppose, but for me, it comes to like a cost-benefit analysis. Like, do I really want to pay the $50 and whatever that cadence is in order to get something done that literally I can go into the bathroom and do it myself as long as there's no like medical issues outside?
Yeah, no, I totally understand that from a financial standpoint. You want to do that and stuff like that, but I think it is something that you want to invest in. It's like you invest in annuities and you know stocks and bonds and insurance and stuff like that. It's something that on a quarterly basis, that's something that you can keep up with that will be worth the investment. I think you know once you do it long term, and you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be 60 years old on the beach, sitting there, and they like, hey, I got to put a towel over this thing. Don't be that guy.
Because the nail is
gone.
The
nail is gone.
And all of that. And last comment, let's get back into it. There's nothing worse than clean hands and dirty fingernails. If you're gonna have dirty fingernails, have dirty hands.
Right.
Like make it all match. You know what I mean? Clean hands, dirty fingernails. That's not the way to go. Are you ready to get back in it, bro?
Yep.
All right.
Thing is to have proper nutrition. Take care of your body and stop putting poison into your body. These companies don't care about you. And a lot of people think, man, these companies won't poison us. Yes, they will. They will provide you, they will give you anything as long as it turns a buck for them. All right. If you're going to continue to eat poison, they're going to continue to feed you poison. For instance, if you eating those Cheetos and all of that, those hot Cheetos and those Takis or whatever those are, all right, that's nothing but poison. That's pure poison. If you're eating cheap chicken and you're like getting your meat from the Walmart, bruh, these things are poisonous to you. Now, I'm going to say they might be poisonous just so they don't get in here and try to sue a brother. But these aren't things that are good for you long term. You shouldn't be consuming these things. You got to know where your food is coming from. You got to know what you're placing into your body. If it's making your body look odd shaped, all right, if you look at the people who consume fast food over a long term, they have fat stored on them in places where fat doesn't need to be. All right, they got fat all on their hips and fat. You're like, how in the hell is your body morphing into that? And the reason is they're consuming poison. They're consuming things that they shouldn't be eating. All right, and these companies are poisoning you. So make sure you're eating clean foods. Make sure you're eating properly, nutrition wise. Make sure you have a certain amount of time between meals. Make sure you're not overeating in the evening time. Make sure you're eating at the right time, and your body will take care of itself. This is important, guys. I want you guys to live to be 85, 90, 95, and in good shape and in good health. All right, select proper foods. Don't get your foods because they're cheap, because cheap foods are the foods that are going to kill you. All right, the next thing going along.
Wow.
He's hitting all of them, and he touched on it. So he was focusing on what you put in, and he said overeating, but I think it also needs to be a focus on how much of it you're putting into yourself.
Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation. Everything needs a balance. I think the aha moment for me is when I've done some traveling abroad. And I did a study abroad in Finland, actually. And I remember going into the supermarket, and I'm walking into the meat section, and I'm looking at the meat section. I'm just like, this is one serving? I mean, I'm like, man, I got to buy like 4 of these things just for dinner tonight, right? But then if you look around at the Finnish people, there's not overweight and obese people. I mean, they're all in shape, like all of them. It's incredible, right? Like if you have an opportunity to go to Finland, like I would definitely highly recommend it, all right? But anyway, I think the quantity also needs to be a focus as well as kind of what it is that you're putting in.
Yeah, I think our portions that we get here, there may be the abundance of it, because in other countries and stuff like that, they may not have as much as we have here, and so they can serve it there. But then when you look at the overall health, again, you are what you eat, and everything in moderation is really important. There's a deeper conversation in this when you think about the communities, the cost of certain healthy foods. And that type of thing. We don't necessarily get into that today, but I think there is a lot that you really have to pay attention to when you think about the food that you're actually putting in there. Like I said, you can have stuff, man, but everything in moderation is really, really key and really important. But you have to pay attention, and if you don't, detox too. Think about that. Like I detox twice a year.
Oh, you do? So what's your
I
definition?
should probably do it 4 times a year, every quarter. I'm not that good yet.
What's your definition of detox? Are you fasting?
Yeah, you can. So cleansing all the toxins that you get from the bodies that you're in there. So you get rid of stuff. So I'm not a vegan. I eat meat, but I go a period of time without meat to detox, to get all that stuff out there, to get stuff going the right way, where you're just vegetables and soup and stuff like that.
How long do you do that for?
I generally do it 30 days.
Okay.
And then go and you get rid of that, and you can do some other cleansing along with that. But you get rid of for me in my scenario, meat, fast food, and stuff like that. I get rid of all that for 30 days, twice a year, and that helps out. And I take some supplements and stuff like that too to kind of get everything flushed.
Oh, flushed.
And then once you get it flushed out, then you can kind of incorporate it slowly. And then once you get rid of certain stuff, one thing I did give up like red meat because you feel that. So that I may do that twice a year.
Yeah.
Like twice a year, just because you have it in there. Because if you go without it all the time, you can't kind of go back. Right. You always want that burger, when it's summertime cookouts.
Right.
That's probably pretty much the only time that I would ever eat it.
Yeah, I've worked to significantly reduce my red meats. I notice if I eat red meats past like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, like, oh man, I know like sometimes I try to go to sleep at around 10, 11, and I can feel my heart beating more after eating red meat. That's when I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me take this as a sign that I need to slow down a little bit. One thing that also came to mind too as he was talking is, did you hear that KFC is doing a chicken sandwich with a bread as donuts?
I did hear about that.
Yeah.
And I have a guilty.
You gonna try it?
No, I actually tried it before. Not KFC. So I was doing an event, and they had a hot chicken on a Krispy Kreme donut. And that was a sample size. It was like a little hors d'oeuvre. Yeah. It sounds like not, but when you try it,
it's no joke.
It was worth the calories. But no, you can't do that every day.
No, you can't.
You can't do that every day. And it was just a small little piece. But if they kick it out, if it fits within my time frame, I'll try it out. All
right, well, you got to try it. Then you got to detox right after.
Detox, right.
All right, you ready, bro?
Yep.
With that is working out, getting your workout on. All right. Now, I'm not telling you guys to be He-Man because not everybody can be that. But make sure that you're getting your body moving. Your body was designed to be a machine. It was designed to not be sedentary. It's designed to be moving and working. That's how we evolved from being crawling on the floor to being upright Homo sapiens. So make sure you are working out in some sort of way. Find what works for you. If it's jump a rope, jump a rope. Jump that rope. If it's running, run. If it's riding a bike, cycling, mountain biking, do that. If it's riding your motorcycle, get that in. If it's in the weight room, getting your grind on, your squats and your bench press, do whatever it is. I'm not the person that's going to come in here and say, don't do this type of workout, do that type of workout. You need to find what works for you. If it's just yoga or Pilates, whatever it is, man, get your workout done, get your body moving, and your body will take care of itself forever. All right. You want to be that older guy at 52 moving well, not the 52 taking 22 versions of medication just to keep your rear end alive. All right. Just making you a pharmaceutical simp. You don't want to be that person. You want to be the person that is fueling their body to make sure it performs over the long term. You want to be here for a long time. You want to be functional by that particular point. All right, the next thing is clothes, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a total component of that, man. I think your body will take care of itself if you take care of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it can repair itself and do it, but you got to be taking care of it yourself. I mean, you got to make sure that you're taking care of it on a daily basis. And you can do simple stuff. Like, you ain't got to just start out and be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
You can do, I mean, I do stuff like when I'm going to work, instead of taking the elevator, I take the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I park in the far parking lot and walk around. You know, get your steps in. Do stuff that you can do. Yoga is something big that I'm incorporating now. Cause for the mental, like, you know, the flexibility, stretching, I think we talked about that earlier and stuff like that. Like, I think that's really big. But, yeah, you got to do stuff. You can't just sit. You know, your body's not made just to sit, and you know, every part of your body, most of your parts of your body are muscles. Right. So if you don't use them, they're going to go away.
They atrophy, right? Like, just similar. If you don't keep on challenging your mind starts to atrophy.
Wow.
It's the same concept with the muscles on your body. You have to keep working them, or they will stop working. One thing that he didn't hit on, but I kind of hit on earlier in this video, is if you do it, just do it safely. You know, cause there's nothing like snapping your shit up. I was set back heavy, and I got plenty of warnings before my back officially snapped up. Plenty of warnings, but I didn't do the due diligence to stop the things that I was doing or alter them. Right, like, you know, if you got back issues and you love to do the rower, well, you may not be able to do the rower post back issues. So what I've done is I've taken the rowing machine out of my exercises, and now I jump rope, right? Like, so there's less focus. Now I still have to engage my core in a way that still tightens everything up, but it's less stress on my back, or it's at least not the pulling stress on my lower back that has injured me in the past. So the jump rope has been significant in terms of keeping my cardio up. So yeah, so fellas, do it safely, okay? Ready to get back in?
Man, keep your appearance straight, and I'm not telling you to go out there and be fly or to draw attention to yourself or to wear all these fly colors and buy Jordans and all that shit. What I'm telling you is make sure you find clothes that fit properly and that look well for you. For instance, myself, I wear these $10 Old Navy t-shirts. All right, and the reason why I wear them is because they cut the way they cut them cheaply, okay? But the way they cut them is that the sleeves don't run longer on the arm, okay? And that the sleeves cut short so a brother can show off his gunnage, all right? But I feel better when I'm wearing them because they form fit my shoulders. They're perfect. I can find a $30 t-shirt that's less perfect than that, all right? And so what I do is I find the shirt that I like and I buy them, and I feel my best when I'm wearing these type of things. All right, solid color, no logos on it, no anything like that, just a plain black t-shirt that fits well. So that's what I do, and I want to encourage you guys to do those things so that you feel better about what you are wearing. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. All right, the next thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think I said it earlier before. You know, fit for dress for your body, for what works best for you. You got to be able to dress in something that you feel comfortable in, that gives you confidence, to be able to show off the areas that you want to show off and stuff like that. But one thing I do want to comment on that is that it doesn't have to be expensive. Obviously, like you said, take whatever you have in your wardrobe and just wear it the best. If it's the same white shirt that you wear every single week, just make sure it's clean. Make sure you iron it. Make sure it looks the best that it can on you. And then again, get opinion. You know, what looks the best on you for your shape and how you do it. And you can do it a lot of different ways.
Yeah, you know, this one is, if your shoes are, they're supposed to be white, but they're black now, they're brown now.
You gotta clean them shoes.
You gotta clean them. You gotta clean them. You gotta invest time in yourself, right? Again, we've talked about this a couple of times in the video. Invest that time to clean them. Maybe it's a monetary investment. If they're so tattered that it doesn't make sense to clean them, go get you some new ones. If your jeans all cut up at the bottoms and they're not supposed to be cut up, you didn't buy it all cut up, think about investing some dollars, some coins to go get yourself a new pair of jeans. It's like things like that you have to think about. You don't have to be out here with Jordans on. You don't have to be out here with, what's the cool jeans now? They true religion, they still doing that? Yeah, you don't have to be all out here with that. Listen, I'm from New York. I didn't get my first pair of Timbs until I moved out of New York. And that was just because I didn't have money available to me like that to be able to spend on those things. And that's just where I was in my life at that time. You know, I was still able to walk with confidence in the shoes that I was able to wear. You know what I mean? But I wasn't able to afford those things. But I still had confidence in the things I was doing outside of that. So no, don't focus on the price tag. Just focus on what looks well for you. Ready, bro?
To clear your head, take long drives. All right. This will clear your head like no other. Now, I'm not telling. Now, if you don't have a car, get on your motorcycle, get on your bike, rent a car for the weekend, get on the bus, get a bus pass and bus around the city. All right. Whatever you need to do. Also, you can get on the subway, do the subway, get on the express train, get on the Long Island Railroad and take it all the way up and take it all the way back. These things clear my head so much. A lot of times we're trapped between four walls. A lot of times good ideas don't come in because we're distracted. We're consumed with having to do something all the time. When you're in the car, there's nothing you can do. All you can do is go up and down the highway, and you are not trapped in the four walls. All you have is the big sky. All you have is the sun or whatever it is, however the weather is. All you have is that. And a lot of the good ideas that I've had in my life have come from taking long drives, getting in the car to clear my head, trying to find new things to think about. All right. When you do these things, now I'll drive. I'm in Southern California, so I'll take my car. I'll drive to Las Vegas. I'll drive to Phoenix. I'll drive down to San Diego going into Mexico. I'll go up to Northern California. There's a lot of places that I can go in my car to get my head out of my rear end, outside the four walls, because I think it's important that you understand that the stuff that you're dealing with where you are, other people aren't dealing with it. You go into a different area code, it's a whole new ball game. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody can bother you. Nobody can recognize you. They only have the things that they're concerned about. And when you get away, all the things that you're worried about at home aren't there in the new place. All right. So get in your car, get on your motorcycle, do whatever you need to do, but get out of your area. If you live in Columbus, Ohio, and you're seeing nothing but tornadoes and chickens, all right, get outside of Columbus. And a lot of you brothers have not been outside of your area. All right, you're stuck in your city and you've been there for 10, 20, 30 years, and you're wondering why you don't see things differently. All right, along that is travel. Get outside of your area. This is a part of self-care. This is
He's on to the next one. I think I would have liked this one better if he just said find alone time outside of what you're used to.
That's exactly where I was going to go with it. I mean, you can drive, you can do whatever. Just take some time for you, right? So you need to take time for you to be able to go do, to get your mind right, and to have some quiet time. Like, it's okay to have some me time.
Yeah. I'm not a driver, right? Mm-hmm. I hate to drive, right? But I will go on a walk, right? Like I will go do things by my damn self. Mm-hmm. Right, some things just to clear my mind, just to step outside of where my situation is right now, just to get a different perspective. Yeah,
and with driving, sometimes you're driving, so you can't necessarily focus on you. Yeah, you can't do that, so that may be, but I get the understanding of it. Yeah. One thing I'll put in there too is to challenge yourself to do something new, one thing new each month. Mm-hmm. Try something you've never done, just to see if you like it. Mm-hmm. Hear a different podcast you never heard before. Try a new look. Do something different. That's what 12 different things that you've never done in a whole year. Yeah. Once a month, do something different.
I love what you just said. You know what I mean? Because you're challenging yourself to learn and grow. Because you don't know of the things that you might try, what is something that you can actually really incorporate into who you are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that's big.
I just tried skydiving like 6 weeks ago. You want to go skydiving?
I do want to go. That's on my list.
All right, we're gonna make it
happen.
It's
on my list. Skydiving is on the list, man. So I need to go.
We're gonna make it happen.
Let's do it.
All right. Last time.
It's a part of clarity, providing clarity to your life. Get outside of your area. Not only that, get outside of your state. If you haven't been outside of your state, get the heck out of there. If you haven't been outside of the United States or whatever country that you live in, that you're listening to, if you haven't been outside of the United States, get out of the country. One of the things I try to do is once a month, I try to take a long trip that is interstate, all right, or outside of the state, Phoenix and Las Vegas. These places are close to me, short drives. So I try to get out. But I also try to travel once a year internationally. Okay, I've been to the Dominican Republic last year. I was in Fiji. I was in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. This year, I'm trying to go to Spain. All right, go out there and see the European senoritas. All right, go out there and see what's going on there, because I believe that once you get outside of this country, you will realize that the things that we have to deal with here, other people aren't dealing with it. And you don't even have to worry about it once you leave. There is a whole wide range of people in this country, on this earth, that are doing different things. You're just a number, all right? You're just a number. You think you're so important here, and you see these women thinking they're so important here, and these are the only women that you have to deal with, go somewhere else. You'll realize real quick that the women are really different, all right? And that the people are different. And that they may treat you like crap when you're in Columbus, Ohio. But when you go to Spain and Madrid and Barcelona, they're going to treat you a little bit differently. And you might even like it. You may consider retiring in some of these places. Hopefully next year I want to go to Thailand. All right. And I hear a lot of great things about them treating you like a king in Thailand.
They do. I think this travel one is really, it's unique and important, right? I try to do international at least once per year or once every other year. I think one of the greatest life lessons that I've had in my entire life, and this is life lessons that are kind of self-directed, right? So no one ever told me, is, learning that the earth is massive. It's so big, and there's so many different people. And when I've gone abroad and I've come back, all my things that I considered problems or issues were not really ever even problems and issues, because it's insignificant in the grand scheme of of this being on this giant green and blue rock hurling itself at 1,000 miles per hour around a star, right? Like it's so insignificant. The things like road rage, for example. I come back from traveling internationally, and there's no road rage that I have. Right? It's just like, okay. Go ahead. You know what I mean? It's because it's so insignificant. It's not. You really start to get an understanding of things that are really important, right? And I know that's something that travel has done for me.
It gives you a perspective, man. I mean, from what you're saying right there, this is like such a big. There's so many things out there, and you think about we're so important in our own head, and you can do so much stuff. But when you get on the airplane and you look down, it kind of really gives you. I'm looking at your globe over here, man, and you got so much. There's so much life there, and there's so much perspective there, and there's so much. Yeah. And when you look at it, we're just a fingernail on this little blob thing we call Earth, and I think you should do it. I mean, Ghana is one of the big ones that I'm looking at next year to go. I mean, I've heard a lot about that, and there's a lot of things that go into that, there, but I'm definitely incorporating it a lot. The interstate travel is one thing, but international is just a totally different beast. Yeah, it's completely different. And I think for us as people of color too, I mean, I think we should. We're not from this country, which is not good or bad. It is what it is. But I think we should go around the country and see stuff that we didn't grow up with. So to his point, getting out of your bubble. Yeah, get out the bubble. It'll be some of the greatest learnings and some of the best investment in my life. I had an opportunity to do a tour around Western Europe. I hit this is 6 or so years ago. I hit 10 countries in about 30 days. And then I did a study abroad in Finland that I mentioned earlier. It was monumental in terms of learning. It was monumental, the amount of things that I have respect for now that I didn't before, or how people think and their cultures, and that's when I started to feel really, really small, right, in the sense of what this thing is that we're doing and what it is that we're on, and in the thought of using that information to help define who I am as a man going into the future, right? So, if you have an opportunity to do international travel, absolutely do it. To Coach Greg Adams, I was just in, he said Spain, right? I was just in Barcelona. Go to Barcelona. That's good. Go to Barcelona. I'm not gonna lie though. So I was in Barcelona, and then I was in also Berlin, Germany. Wow. And this is 2 or 3 months ago. Germany. Oh, I love you so much. Wow. Berlin, I love you so much. I didn't get that invite. Yeah, sorry, man. Right. Yeah, next time. All right. Well, cool. Well, I'm not gonna go back into the video. I think he's about to wrap up. Right. Charles. Oh, man. Appreciate you, man. Any last things to share? The importance of self-care. I think this is a monumental video, but I just want to give you. Self-care is important, man. I mean, we need to have these more conversations like this more in our community, and I think that's one thing that we take for lightly. Mental
Yeah.
Healthcare is one thing that we need to, probably have a conversation on.
Yeah.
But self-care in general for guys, man, to really take care of themselves. And there's so much that we go through in life. There's so much that we put up with, and sometimes we just don't take the time to really just think about ourselves. And I think we need to do it in a lot of different aspects. I think it's good that we have these conversations like that. And I think that by doing more self-care, we can be more of who we were created to be.
Yeah.
And we want to be here for a long time. And the thing about it too is, I think I will end on this, is that taking care of yourself is taking care of your community. And I think us as people of color, that people are looking, and we need to be here, and we need to stand up, and we need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves in the right way, so we can deal with what we need to deal with.
Complete and utter facts. Charles, thank you again for coming through, my man. We got to make sure we do this again, man. We got to proliferate this type of conversation. To you, Coach Greg Adams, thank you very much for the knowledge, man. We're going to work over here and spreading this type of knowledge, right? You keep on doing the same and leading that charge forward. Appreciate you, man. All right, questions, comments, concerns, y'all already know what to do. Leave it down in the description box, the comment box down below. mediocretutorialsandreviews@gmail.com. If you have specific video requests, if you've made it to this point in the video, you better hit that like button before you leave. All right? Until next time, YouTube.